All right, sorry about that, guys. All right, a few seconds there, though. Little bit late there. I'm sorry about that. What's up, guys? AWO here in order on a Saturday. Saturday, guys. All right. I hope you're all good. I'll be right back in just a minute. I forgot to get my drink. Okay, I'm back. I had to get a drink. I forgot my drink. Okay, so we talking here. Welcome. Definitely earlier today. Yeah. It's Saturday. So, all right. All right. Yeah. All right. So, how are you all doing? I see. Mr. Red's ready up his old tricks. All right. I I have to answer this to blinded. Well, I'm talking to him in Discord. Send him the link too. Oh yeah. Okay, guys. Welcome to my channel. Right? Earlier tonight, evening stream. Yeah, we'll call it an evening stream. Okay, we'll call this an evening stream tonight. Something I do very rarely, but I'm doing it tonight for you guys. Okay. How are you all doing today? I think I asked you that. I hope you're all good. If you're checking my channel for the first time, and you see what you like. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment below. Below. Oh, I have a couple of announcements, but I think I'll wait to I see more people in the chat. Chat, come in, come in. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm gonna share this out again. And I'm gonna edit this fucking hashtag. Because I'm pretty sure I. There we go. Maybe that's better this time around. So what's this fantastic hashtag, man? Yeah, so this is our Barbieheimer hashtag. Okay, our Barbieheimer hashtag, guys. You know, remember back in 2 years ago, the whole Barbie and Oppenheimer phase. Remember all that? Well, this is it. Okay. Okay. And I hope you all get to see it, man. And continue promoting it. Okay. Continue promoting this. Yeah. 1 to 4. Okay. Make sure to like also. Uh, there we go. 1 to 4. Okay. Okay. 1 to 4. So okay. I hope to see more people to chat because I do have a couple announcements, which I'll announce here live on air for you guys. Nice. Nice. But yeah, welcome. I don't know where Red is. I mean, Red is here. He has to comment. He has to comment before his stream starts. I guess Patrick is gonna watch it later. I got if Blind is watching, I got some. Obama commented today on my on some of my content. Uh, Michelle Obama commented on the Gesture Bell stream, and he's calling you out, Blinded. He's calling you out. The boy is calling you out. Michelle Obama's calling you out. On on my latest some of my latest videos and some of my latest posts streams I should say my latest stream and my latest post. Michelle Obama's let himself or her be known that he's here. Thank you. Thank you for this hashtag this shit. Okay? This hashtag the hell of this. We gotta make this a success. Alright. Alright, so guys. I'm doing this. I'm not being paid by Marvel or DC. I'm not being paid by Disney or or Warner Brothers. Okay, I'm not being paid by either one. Okay, not being paid by either one at all. Okay, or am I? No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. That'd be funny though. It'd be funny if I was. No, I'm kidding. No, it wouldn't be funny. But I'm here. And not the best thumbnail, but whatever. So I've been talking about a lot about Superman Fantastic Four lately on my streams. Yeah, I know you haven't missed so much. So I've been talking both a lot about these the last few days, videos, streams about Fantastic Four and Superman. I probably talked about Superman more than Fantastic Four. Well, probably talk about DC more than Marvel, but Marvel's obviously second. Okay, and this is not going to change as we get closer to July. Okay, I'm gonna try to talk about other stuff that's not related to DC and Marvel. I have done that. Some stuff, some things I have, like video wise, stream wise, is not DC and Marvel. I mean, I talked about Karate Kids. I did, yeah, but most of my videos is DC and Marvel. Last of Us, Mass Effect, some video game stuff, some Street Fighter stuff. But I'm gonna try to do more non DC and Marvel again. It's just that it's what people talk about the most. Most that there's sure when it comes to my channel, when it comes to the things I do. So yeah. And are you? And it's gonna continue, but whatever. Okay. I can't. There are some people that just there are people that are just dedicated to talking DC, and there are some people just talking dedicated to Marvel. I'm not a person dedicated to talking any of those. I'm a person dedicated to talking to pop culture, Marvel, DC, Star Wars, Star Trek, Last of Us, Fallout, video games, whatever, pop culture things. Okay, and I'm variety on this channel, right? That's my niche. This is my niche. This is my niche, and it's good to see Grassy here, right? I hope to see others here too in the chat. But there's obviously as we get closer to big, when we get closer to a big move, couple big movies or whatever TV shows or big video games, as we get closer to them being released, there's gonna be more videos and streams talking about dedicated to that. Obviously, because the thing is that's how it just goes. That's how it goes. Okay, it's just the way it goes. Okay. June, June. There's a lot of good stuff in June that people are not talking about, right? There's things in June. There's good movies in June that have come out, but the excitement for Superman and Fantastic Four has obviously over has actually not over, but is that has definitely taken the most tension from from what's come released this month. Nobody talks about Ballerina anymore. It's been out. Nobody talks about the Karate Kid anymore. I mean, it's been out a couple weeks. Nobody talks about Stitch anymore. And the thing is, those movies, Fantastic Four and Superman, are going to be talked about after 2 or 3 weeks the movie comes out. It's just going to happen. It's just going to happen. Okay. I would say Degrassi. I'd probably say June and July, but August and September is kind of weak. I think it's a little weak in August and September. If you count September as part of summer, but the thing is, nobody talks about the movies that come out so far early June. right? How to Train Your Dragon, How to Train Your Dragons came out just recently. Life of Chuck, right? But those movies are not going to be talked about 2 or 3 or 4 weeks after. Fantastic Four and Superman is. That's just how it is for DC and Marvel. I mean, well, Thunderbolts talk actually lasted about two weeks. After the movie came out, Thunderbolts lasted about a week or two. So maybe Captain America was about Deadpool. I know Deadpool Wolverine was like a month or 2 months. But we'll see. We'll see. Okay, Labor Day. Okay, Labor Day. Okay. August is usually technically the weaker month of the summer, right? Summer, but some good stuff comes in August, but it's typically the weakest month, right? When it comes to summer blockbusters, right? It's usually May, June, and July, right? Like those are the three big months. And maybe April, late April at least. Like July, when they say summer blockbusters, it doesn't mean when summer season starts from June to September. That's not what it means in the movie world. But we should be celebrating these two movies come out in the same month. As comic book fans, this is not like the Flash. Boy, no, Flash didn't come out during a Marvel movie. Guardians of the Galaxy, I guess, came out a month before. Okay. I don't remember. I don't remember the last time a DC and Marvel movie came out in the same month. Same month, if it ever happened. BVS and Civil War were not in the same month. They were in separate months, I believe. I don't remember when we had a Marvel movie and a DC movie came out in the same month. Okay, not even the pandemic years, right? Um, I don't remember, but this year, I guess this might be the first. Back in my day, we'd be out of school by Memorial Day and end of month until the Tuesday after Labor Day at the beginning of September. Yeah, yeah, I know the American school system's different than here, so I understand, that's understandable. But there's a way. You see YouTubers, Superman versus Fantastic Four. Who wins? Who wins? Who wins? Who wins? Already, who wins? You're ready. Ready having this contest. Who wins? And it's by prominent YouTubers that we watch, like Campia, Kristen Harloff, Grace Randolph, and they're doing it based off. Some of them are doing it based off right now ticket sales, ticket sales, and yeah, Superman is a little bit ahead of Fantastic Four in terms of pre-sale ticket sales right now, but they kind of ahead. They had a little bit of a head start with the Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime. Oh, shut up, Red. Amazon Prime. That with the Fandango in the states, we get to see a little bit earlier than the actual release date. But but here's the thing about this they're both doing well pre-sales wise right now. They're both doing well. They're both doing well. Both doing well. So in other words, who cares if who wins? In my opinion, they're both doing well. Okay, finance so far, and it looks like preemptively from the we're still a month out from Superman and Fantastic Four, but preemptively we're looking at both movies in the opening week or weekend that they're going to make over 100 million domestically. Now, Superman's going to have a few more days. Just dropping by, okay? Superman is going to have a few more days um, besides the screenings ahead of Amazon, okay? But, getting ready to attend a wedding. Diddy wedding? Oh, man. I can't believe we're attending a wedding. You're gonna, right? But they're supposed to make over 100 domestically. What it doesn't seem that much compared, right? Domestic, it's more than what Thunderbolts and Captain America, right? And Captain America was getting, right? We're opening up domestically, but 100 million is not. It's not. I mean, it's more than 100 million actually. More than 100 million. It's between apparently more like I think it said Fantastic Four is a little bit under. Uh, Estimating projected to be about under Superman. Superman right now is scheduled to make more on it, not scheduled, but estimated to make more on its first week. Because it's a first week, I have to say it's a first week because it does come out with the Amazon Fandango for the Americans in the States get to see it early on the July 7th or 8th or 9th, whatever. I think, right? Did he? Okay, Barty. Uh, that's funny. That's funny. But they're all scheduled to make over 100 million. Actually, they're all paced to make over 120 million domestically. And there's always a range, right? So always a range. So all of them, both of them are supposedly make over 120 million domestically as it's scheduled right now, right? It's Superman is actually a little bit higher than Fantastic Four. It's the highest. It's the highest. It's the highest estimation pre-sales for a DC movie since the Batman. The Batman. Yes, we had other DC movies come out since the Batman. They have not reached none of them have reached a level where Superman is. Superman is. Many. Okay. Okay. Right? And the thing about the Batman, things were open, right? But it was still 2022, and some countries were not all open at the time. There was Russia. I think Russia just started to invade Ukraine there. China still was kind of closed. Some other places in the world were still going kind of a little bit behind with the pandemic or whatever. So, and the Batman overall did well, right? Overall did well, 772 million, right? The box office. So Batman probably could have made 800 million. 800 million. If China was open and Russia didn't do to invade Ukraine or try to take back Ukraine, Batman would have made 800 million. Not 900 million, but at least it would have made 30 million more. Okay. But this is the highest for a DC movie since the Batman. Okay. First trillion movie. Yes, it will. And Fantastic Four. It's. I told you guys, it's the one movie everybody was waiting for Marvel this year. This is the most anticipated Marvel movie of the year, and evidence by that is Thunderbolts. Okay, hello Anthony. Hello Anthony. Evidence is by Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts was a tremendous Marvel movie. In my opinion, one of the best Marvel movies we got. Definitely since 2019, but it's actually since 2020. But if you really want to look back at the whole Marvel, the 40 movies of Marvel, whatever, 39, 40 movies of Marvel, it's actually one of the best, one of the better ones, one of the best, if you ask me. But nobody really, no Marvel in general fan really had interest in Thunderbolts or even Captain America 4. But but this is the one movie. Fantastic Four was the one movie they're all waiting for. There's always going to be. Here's the facts, guys. There's always going to be that one comic book movie characters. In comic books, characters sell sometimes. Okay, characters sell sometimes. Okay, sorry. Okay, and Fantastic Four. I saw the totem pole up. They're not Spider-Man. They're not X-Men, but I would say there's some people who say general audience doesn't know the Fantastic Four. I kind of disagree. I would say the general audience does know the Fantastic Four even before the MCU. I think Fantastic Four is like. I think the general audience knew about the Fantastic Four. I mean, I know not those movies. I'm not talking about the movies even before. Knew about the Fantastic Four before those movies and before MCU ever came to fruition. Okay, because people knew who Doctor Doom was. Look, okay, people knew who Doctor Doom was, right? And so I'm sorry, like, I'm sorry, but I'm like, so that's why I think there's a higher interest in Fantastic Four those past two movies. And I know in Captain America, yeah, we had Sam Wilson, right? Captain America, but nobody really went to saw it. Thunderbolts, great movie, but nobody saw that. But there's always going to be that one movie people are going to want to see when it comes to comic book movies, okay? And it's gonna be this movie. Oh, sorry. Okay. No, I would disagree. There was a Fantastic Four video game in the mid 2000s, which is fun. People knew who the Hulk was. Okay. And perhaps, so we should be celebrating this because we got two movies. Superman. Like, look, if this was a Clayface movie, if this is a let's say this is a Clayface movie coming out, there wouldn't be this much. People wouldn't be trying to hype up Clayface as much as Superman. Maybe Batman fans would, right? Are you talking to yourself, Fred? People, where's Blinded? I invited Blinded on. Okay, Clayface. Okay, where, where there's be there's much hype for Clayface as for Superman? No, no. Look. There wasn't, yeah. There also if it's Batman, the Batman Part Two. I don't think the Batman or Batman Part Two would need as much marketing as Superman is getting because Bat because Batman is more popular than Superman generally, just for DC how it is. So if it was Batman coming out versus Fantastic Four, I think Batman. I don't know if it's Batman Part Two. I think Batman would have realistic possibility of 150 to 200 million domestic opening. I think Batman would. Honestly, I think the Batman Part Two. I think it will break Superman's record for DC. I think it would. But this is not Batman. This is not Batman. This is Superman and Fantastic Four. Okay? Okay? Thank you, Chernoff Sizzler. um, but we shouldn't. This is not a contest, in my opinion. This is we should hashtag super fantastic so we can see them both succeed. We want the MCU to continue succeeding. We want the MCU to do well. I know we got. The thing is, nobody's talking about Ironheart, and maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it's a good thing they're getting. You're making sure Ironheart ends in 2 weeks. Maybe that's a good thing for Marvel. Get it out of the way as quickly as possible before Fantastic Four comes out. And I know they're both on two different mediums. One's a TV show, a streaming show, and one's a movie. But people have kind of put it all in one box, right? Because it's still technically Marvel Studios, right? The Marvel Studios box. And here's the thing: Ironheart, whether Ironheart is good or bad, I don't. I think it's the latter. I don't think it's gonna be good. Uh, Here's the thing. Then Ironheart, right? 6 episodes. If they did week by week, it would end when Fantastic Four comes out. But, 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 that's a BS thing. This BS reason, right? Because they could have released a show in May. They could easily release a show in May. It ended in June. Before Fantastic Four. So they kind of know they have like it's kind of like Echo. They kind of know of something there that they don't. They're just going to throw it out there. They're just going to throw it out there because we can't wait on it any longer. Can't wait any longer. Ironically, Secret Invasion should have been binge watch. I don't know if that's Secret Invasion should not have been shown. Oh, Jarbo, yeah, Jarbo. Okay. It was a show. It's a show that was supposed to come out a long time ago. Yeah, like literally 2 or 3 years ago. And yeah, they're making sure to end it quickly as possible. Okay. I don't. There's nobody is interested in Ironheart. Okay. I'm sorry. There's Ironheart is. I'm gonna say dead, but it's dead on arrival. It's dead on arrival because Marvel. Now, not all the time. Secret Invasion was bad. They should have done that. But with Echo, they made that binge watching. Right. This is, I guess you could say, is half binge watching the first 3 episodes and 3 episodes the next week. They're not even like this is not like for 6 episodes. It's not a good look for them. And they're like, yeah, we just get us out. Just get us out, man. We don't have any more time for this. We can't push this back any farther. And push back any push back any farther. They just had to. They just and I don't know. I mean, they could have shown the show realistically any time between 2023, 2024, 2025, unless they did some reshoots, some changes. Maybe that's why, but I don't know. But Now send me some super chats or stuff like that. I would even appreciate it. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Okay. The trailers for Fantastic Four look amazing. So does Superman. And as Degrassi, some people are having issues with the Superman trailer. Don't understand Superman trailer. Don't understand the trailer at all. The latest one. You know, don't freaking understand Superman. Okay. Obviously, and you got people. We just detract who hate everything. Even has to hate the lead actor or actress or actresses. Oh, you got people like that who are trying to. People like Jester Bell are trying. She's not. Because Jester Bell, she twists her stuff, right? Because the way she talks, and this is not a detracting stream, but the way somebody like Jester Bell talks, right? And these grifters, these rage bitch people, right? The way they talk is like, we, we, why this shouldn't happen? We shouldn't see this. We agree that this should happen. This shouldn't happen. They always use that word we, right? We, right? All the time. That word we. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, and that's true. That's true. That's true, Degrassi. Okay. Okay. They use that word we all the time, right? And it's like what they're trying when people like that use we. That's a way. That's a way to manipulate the gullible and to making the gullible on YouTube as sheep. Think like them. Think like the YouTubers, right? Believe everything they say. And people like and this is people like Jester Bell, right? You hear the other comments, positive comments. Yeah, we agree. I agree. When Jester Bell says we agree, people like that say we agree. That's just them saying they're trying to say they're speaking for the people, right? But it's also them trying to convince that convince her viewers that they're in agreement with her and they can't think for themselves, right? It's a manipulating tactic. The word "we" to me is a manipulating tactic. Chester Max or Pal, right? It's a manipulating tactic when you say we, right? But it's a very dumb manipulating tactic too, right? Because you see it on X all the time, and I'm like, you don't speak for me, bitch. I form my own opinion, my own views. Okay, read, read. They never say their opinion. Like I think what I think or whatever. Okay, okay. Yeah. Yes, sir. I knew you were gonna do something in that red. I knew that. I knew that. I knew that. Okay. I knew that red. And there are people, there's people that want Fantastic Four to succeed so badly and destroy Superman. Now, I don't want Superman to destroy Fantastic Four. And I don't want Fantastic Four to destroy Superman, like you guys. Just let them do well for their own things, right? Because in reality, in fucking reality, Warner Brothers and Disney, Marvel Studios and DC Studios are not looking to outdo each other with Superman Fantastic Four. Okay? If they both make 700 to 900 million box office, that's a success. Huge success. They're not looking to kill each other. You better detract that Wendy kid's next stream. What did he do? What did he do? What did Wendy do? Because that kid is, yeah, that kid is messed up. He has some really, really weird ranting with vengeance. That kid needs to be beat up. You watch him? I don't watch him that much, but okay. And the problem with DC stands versus Marvel stands were, it's they make things like this not fun, right? Not enjoyable, right? You just want to see a good DC movie, you want to see a good Marvel movie. But when you have stands that are on one side and you can't be on the other, it just won't make some things enjoyable, fun. Right? Right? People with a sense of reality, with a non-crazy brain, don't think like that. Okay? Okay? I don't think like that. We're allowed to like one or two more things in the same medium. Okay? I'm allowed to like Star Trek and Star Wars. I'm allowed to like DC and Marvel. I'm allowed to like Freddy or Jason. Whatever. I'm allowed to like WWE or AEW. I can't just choose one, right? Like let me like what I want, right? But you have people like Jester Bell, people like that, people like the Snyder Cult, who, and there's Marvel hardcore stands, who, not as bad compared to others, who pick a side, choose, right? Pick a side, right? This is why I do streams like this. We should be celebrating this because, and hashtagging Super Fantastic and encouraging people to go see these movies, not because of some contest of to make what movie to do better at the box office. No, because you should see them both because I think they'll both be good movies. Both good movies. And you should be excited to see the Fantastic Four on the big screen and Superman on the big screen again. I know this is like a third, fourth try for Fantastic Four, and this is a reboot for Superman, but we should still be excited, right? Like, it's encouraging. Don't do it because don't think of going to this movie thinking about the box office, right? I talk about the box office, but I'm not going to this movie thinking about the box office. I'm going to this movie because I'm a fan of Superman and Fantastic Four. And I think most of my viewers and my audience thinks like that too. Here's the thing. I'm not going to the movie because James Gunn is directing Superman, okay? If it was fucking some other director, I'll see it too, right? If it's some other director, hey, if it was Zack Snyder coming back, guess what? I probably will go see it. And same for Fantastic Four. If it wasn't like Matt Shakeman, the only thing I know Matt Shakeman from is he was like a child actor, and he did WandaVision, but he hasn't done anything big. I'm not going to see Fantastic Four for Matt Shakeman. I'm going to see Fantastic Four because of Fantastic Four. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some directors people go see the movies because of the director, and I think Christopher Nolan is one of them. Some people go see Christopher Nolan's movies because it's Christopher Nolan, right? Christopher Nolan, like, right? Or Steven Spielberg. But Fantastic Four and Superman are not original projects, right? Like, right? They're not original, right? So it's different. Fuck PFL. Bellator though. Yeah, sure you're red. You're allowed to like more than one MMA. About it, blinded. I know you're not here, but Michelle Obama commented on my stuff. Oh yeah, so some of you are here, guys. Yeah, so What's up, Sorries? So I got a small announcement to make. Tiny announcement. So I had fun detracting Jester Bell the other day. So I said I was gonna make it like a series, right? A series, the AEW detracts, right? And that was the first episode. So I'm continuing the series. So at once a week, I'll be doing a detraction episode once a week, and I think I might do on Sundays. I think I might do it on Sunday. Okay, detracting on Sundays. Okay, okay. So maybe every Sunday it will be a detracting episode of the AEW detracts. So it'll be a weekly thing, and I gotta bring back Let's Talk Pop, but Let's Talk Pop is gonna be a random show. Thank you. Yeah, see, yeah, I like Grace Randolph, John Camp, yeah, Jester Bell, Rantic Vengeance, Renown Zero, Eric July, people like that. Um, yeah, see the Degrassi per best, like this, like yeah, like that. Okay, exactly. That's my point. That's my point. Okay, okay. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. Snyder fans, and you can put any director, not James Gunn, any director, like any director, and they'll still be upset. Like Zack Snyder, they're putting Zack Snyder on this pedestal like he's a fucking god. It's a sick, twisted illness they have. Illness. The Snyder cult. The the Snyder kiss asses. It's really sure red, but I don't think you like Eric July though. But sure you can. But I don't think they would like they're really they worship to Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder is everything to them. I mean, like Zack Snyder's a fucking religion. It's a fucking religion to them. It's the Snyder Restore the Snyderverse is a fucking religion. Okay? It's really it's a fucking Scientology, man. Okay, I'm joking. I like you saw the other day, guys. Like you saw this, man. You saw what you saw like what I don't know. Did I post it? Yeah, I think I posted it. I know the Degrassi saw this. Like you saw this. Some I love Degrassi's reply to RJ though, but you saw this. Some somebody on Reddit. Yeah, I was just gonna talk about. Yeah, the Snyder fan Reddit post. This is an example of a mental illness. A mental illness. Dude, I need yeah, exactly, DC, who's next? Who's next? If Gun's just a bet, who's next? And it doesn't matter to them, Degrassi, right? It doesn't matter to them. But like the Snyder Cult, these people need help. They need help because they can't get past this. It's like it's an addiction. An addiction. I mean, look, people have addictions to real life stuff like drugs, alcohol, sex, stuff like that, right? But this is a new addiction. A new addiction. Okay, a new addiction. Like, I mean, addiction has been addiction for I don't know for years, but and this is a ridiculous addiction because how does it fucking affect your life? It's a disease. I mean, these people. I used to be very tame a couple months ago, right? Like not months ago, years ago. And as the months went on, talking about them, I got more vicious about them, about these people. I mean, you if you heard my streams the past few months, you know how I talk about them, and I can't go anymore about. about them because I have nothing more to say about them because I think I went as far as I could, right? To a point where these people need to be in a mental institution, like literally in a mental institution, getting help, put on drugs, going to a fucking psychiatrist because they're they're literally insane. What's definition of insanity, right? Keep doing the same thing, expecting different results, right? Whatever, right? Restore the Snyderverse, restore the Snyderverse. They keep hashtagging restore the Snyderverse, expecting the Snyderverse comes back. Guess what? Insanity, insane. They've had all the logic, they have all the qualifications of being mentally ill. And I hate saying mentally ill because there's people that are legit mentally ill, but this is ridiculous. This is just a move. This is just movies, entertainment. This isn't real serious issues. Okay? Like this is not people with drugs. Maybe some of them, maybe they're on drugs because of this, but this is not like drugs, alcohol, sex addictions, other real more important addictions and illnesses. You know, like you know what? Most people will laugh at these people. The people, if you, most regular people would not care, but if they would still laugh if somebody told them, yeah. They would laugh at these people. They'd be like, that's where you're going to see therapy is because of this. They're like, they're fucking like honestly, mental illness should not be made fun of, but this is kind of funny because it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Okay, and maybe it's a social media thing too. That's a problem. Like, I don't know if I question the logic of it, but it's hilarious. Cause I could believe people like that. I could believe that the Snyder Cult, people in the Snyder Cult, are so petty, are so petty, so below, are so shallow that they'll find ways to sabotage. Any way to try to whether it's boycott or sabotage this movie because they're not getting what they want. So let's make sure this movie doesn't make as much money, or let's review bomb this movie when it comes out. Because I guarantee you, they're gonna try to review bomb it, right? They're gonna try to. I'm not making fun of a mental illness. I'm making fun of a person who might be mentally ill. um, yeah, sideways. Because they're idiots. They're not very intelligent. Most of them are not very smart, right? Most of them are not very smart. If you realize one thing the Snyder Code has one thing the Snyder Code has one thing in common besides their obsession, their love for Zack Snyder. Most of them are not very intelligent. They don't come up with intelligent anything. Anything. They're not very intelligent. Okay? I think we agree that people in this Snyder Code are not very smart because they're sheep. Oh, yeah, I know Degrassi. It's just that these people, man, like, it's really, it's sad because you want to know something? They're the most hated fandom in the pop culture right now than anywhere. I'm seriously, they are. They are. And here's the thing, guys. We're gonna detract them too. On my detracting streams, we're gonna detract Snyder Cut list too. People in the Snyder Cut. We're gonna do that when we do for my detracting show. We're gonna they're not safe from me. I'm going after them too. Okay. Like the Aaron guy, Aaron, what's his name? Fisher, people like that. We're going after people like that, okay? And who, you know what I'm talking about? Who gets real butthurt when he gets called out on his bullshit? We're going after them, okay? That's why I'm gonna hashtag super fantastic as much as I can on X, on here too, because you could do hashtags here to promote both Superman and Fantastic Four. Okay? A fan should not be a good person, a good fan should not be attacking somebody else for liking somebody else, for liking another fandom. Okay? Okay? A good fan should just a good person should just be a good person should just I know that sounds hypocritical there. Because I can say I can refer to gun fans or Superman fans attacking the Snyder Cut fans. The problem is there is no real Snyder fandom really. If you really think of it, but it's usually the Snyder fans that start to shit up first. Then you get the James fans attacking, right? And I honestly, it might be because of me. I really haven't seen DC versus Marvel fandoms going at each other on here, on X or here. I haven't seen it because honestly, I don't think Marvel fans care. Because look, Marvel Studios is the top of the mountain for a long time. When you're at the top of the mountain, you maybe it's a little lazy, but you tend not to care about everybody else. Okay? Okay? It is a little lazy because that's kind of a mindset where things can sneak up on you. And maybe in the next few years, DCU can get to where Marvel Studios is. But Marvel Studios on a ladder, and at the top of the ladder, and DCU is just at the bottom of the ladder, start building up to reach where the top of the ladder of Marvel Studios is. And Marvel fans, they really don't care because they have a W right now. They don't care if they're purely Marvel fans. Now, I'm not like that. Obviously, I said it as a stream a million times. And a million times I said it in a stream, I don't care about the ladder where Marvel Studios is, where DC Studios is. Obvious Marvel Studios, like anybody, DC or Marvel fan knows where Marvel Studios is and where DC Studios is. But I don't think like that because I'm both fans. I mean, I'm sure there's just pure Marvel fans and it's pure DC fans. Now, I prefer DC over Marvel, right? I'm more of a DC over Marvel kind of guy, but still love Marvel. But there are people who are only Marvel fans and not DC fans and vice versa. There are. But I just haven't seen it from the Marvel side on there caring about Superman in that way. And like just shitting on it. The only people actually shitting on it are Snyder fans. Really. And not Superman fans. I don't see Marvel fans saying anything. Because you know why? When you're at the top of the mountain, you don't have to. You don't have to. Okay? Yeah, well, they're stupid. I know they are. They are. They wanted to destroy Superman. Ugh. They will. And I think And James Gunn, I mean, like, I'm glad James Gunn came out and said it. Like, basically, say that there's no need to put up one against each other. Go see both. Go see both. And I'm sure because the people that work on the films don't think like that. They don't fucking think like that. Okay? They don't think like us, man. They don't think like us. Okay? They don't think like reviewers like some of us. Some viewers. They don't think like us. Okay? They think differently. Right? Go support. Go support Marvel's film. Marvel, go support the DC's film. Because they have friends working on the films. They all know each other. They support each other. They want to succeed. Among good things. You're not going up against each other. Okay? Okay? You don't you don't hear a Marvel actor saying, "Go see Fantastic Four and don't see Superman." You don't see Superman actors saying the exact same thing. You know how much heat would get, and how much trouble they would get, and tack they would get. They don't think like that, man. They do not think like that. There's problem. There's problem when people think that. Problem with how many consumers and viewers they think that there's competition between the studios. There isn't really a competition. The competition is eternal. They're focused internally, not external. Okay, externally, it's with inside. Not they're Marvel Studios is focused on Marvel Studios and the next steps in Marvel Studios. DC Studios is focused on Superman and next steps of DCU. They're not focused on oh this will definitely do better than this Marvel movie. And Marvel's all like, oh yeah, let's put this character in this movie. That'll definitely make the DC movie come out this month look bad. Do terrible. People will see this movie over Marvel. They don't think like that. They don't think like that. They don't okay? Okay? Man, like it's people on YouTube and X think like that. If you're gonna end up working in the entertainment industry or the movie studios or TV studios, I guarantee your mindset's gonna change. Your mindset's gonna change. Okay? Okay? This is not like PlayStation versus Xbox, and Nintendo doesn't care about competition. This is not like WCW versus WWE. Okay? Here's the thing. When you think too much about the competition, when you think too much about competition, you probably will not you won't do as well. You're gonna get distracted. You're not gonna okay, you're gonna get distracted. And things will never be too good. You'll never be satisfied, right? Right? This has to be perfect. This has to be perfect. This has to be perfect. Okay? Improve this. Improve that. No, it has to be improving better. Like it's gonna be too much pressure on the cast and crew, the directors, producers, the people that work in the trades, like the camera work, the everybody who works on a movie, whatever, or a TV show. Puts too much pressure because the heads, the executives are all thinking about the other studio, what they're doing, another studio, what they're doing, they're doing. Okay, that's going to cause so much interference, and usually when there's a lot of interference, a lot right, things products don't come out so well, right? Because let me tell you something, CEOs of president studios, CEOs of studios, they're not exactly the most well equipped to nobody goes on kind of like how to run a set, or when a set for stuff is being filmed, or even in the writing room or in the writing room and the director or the meeting rooms with the directors. Directors are meeting with the writers, producers. They don't exactly have that kind of experience at times. I mean, sorry. Like they're more known for business, right? No, I want to. Right. So what else? Okay, so what else? What, a bit of an hour. Right. So okay. So I urge you guys. This is from me. If you want, hashtag Super Fantastic and promote Fantastic Four and Superman, please, because people should enjoy these movies. Not because you want the box office to see, just for your personal enjoyment. Okay, just for that. Just for that. To me, all the box office. To me, the box office to me is just what I'm going to use in future streams to say, yeah, majority of people liked it. That's why they went to see it. Okay, in the reviews. That's what I'm going to use that as 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 talking points. Okay, that's what I'm going to use for Superman and Fantastic Four and other movies too. Is but sometimes sometimes box office doesn't really. It's not a good justification for every movie. You can't use a box office as example for every movie, right? Can't. The small movies, a lot of good movies don't do well at the box office. A lot of blockbuster movies that supposed going to do well at the box office don't make a lot of money at the box office. So sometimes the box office is not a good justification, not a good example of a movie is good or not. Okay. I think with most movies, especially big blockbusters, it's more of it's you gotta take every movie individually different. Every movie you have to treat individually different from compared to another movie. Just how it is. Okay. Only reason people are comparing only people bring up Fantastic Four versus Superman is just DC versus Marvel. That's it. That's it. That's it. I couldn't care less. I'm going to see both of them. All right, that's probably my stream for tonight. Uh, Thank you for all listening. Like I said, I got an announcement. Announcement to make right now, guys. I already did the announcement, but he's gonna go again, guys. Another new announcement. It's gonna be the same announcement. Yes. So, like the Gesture Bell stream, there's a new show, right? Called AEW The Tracks. So on that show, we detracting people, right? Obviously, Gesture Bell was one of them, right? So it's gonna be a weekly show, right? And we're gonna track people like that on and see what they have to say about pop culture topics like movies, TV shows, video games, stuff like that, right? With the track, I do track on this channel. Obviously, you see me do a lot of Grace, Campia, couple of Jester Bells, and others. But this is gonna be a weekly show now because it used to be random, but now they're gonna be a weekly show, and I think it's gonna be every Sunday to. So I'm not sure if we're gonna start episode 2 tomorrow or episode 2 next week. But Now for July, there might be a little bit of changes. Okay, not when Comic Con comes right. It's not going to be like last year. Last year, obviously, I had Penguin and Marvel Studios live stream, right? Live stream watch along, right? If y'all remember that, very fun stream. This year, I'm gonna do something like that, but it's gonna probably be very tamed compared to last year because Marvel Studios is not going to be out there, right? They confirmed they're not going to be there, and DC Studios may just have one panel. So I'm gonna do it, but I don't expect much like last year. Okay, and that's on a Saturday. If it's on a Saturday like they did last year, the Fantastic Four review, I might move that to Sunday, the next day. Okay, uh, spoiler review. Okay, okay. I mean, it's early right now. I'll remind you guys as we get closer, but that's what might happen. So, yeah, the Sunday the 26th might be the Fantastic Four spoiler review, just because of Comic Con. Saturday. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. And then December, and not December, August, D23, you know the drill. I'll do that like last year. Okay. Just let you know because, like I said, the AEW The Track Stream might be on Sundays, except for that. Except for that Sunday and Saturday. But I'm not sure if we're going to do one tomorrow. I might do one tomorrow. I might do episode 2 tomorrow. I'll see. Okay, guys? I just got to find something to do. You can always give me ideas too, right? So always DM me ideas with the Detract. If you follow me on X. Okay. With that, guys, see ya, man. And make sure to watch my video today. I have a video today about Batman and Wonder Woman. Go check out my video if you can. Comment on it and tell me your thoughts. Like, share, subscribe.